what all do you know about this situation?
Well, first off, the guy who so-called came the day after is her supposedly best friend. He has conflicting stories. Now he has holes in this story because when the autopsy report came back that she was actually beaten and that was the cause of death, after going to the parents' house for 4 days in a row, he stopped going once that surfaced. That's one thing. Secondly, the FBI did get involved, and now Mexico authorities are now involved, and they so-called now have a warrant for their arrest of Mexico because they want them back in Mexico to have them tried and jailed there. Okay, it's a super sad story, and yes, everybody knows she was beaten to death based on the video. The guy who is recording is in the video saying, aren't you gonna fight back?
That's what he was saying. Bitch ass nigga.
So you got men on a trip allowing these women to fight. You know what I mean? I think it was 3 men. It was 2 or 3 men, but you know what? 1 man is enough. He's sitting there recording. When he says that, you can hear her saying, no. To me, it just sounded like she knew she wasn't about to make it out of Mexico because that no was too.
That's fucked up.
You know what I mean? That no was too. I'm dying now type of deal. So it's just a lot of conflicting stories coming out because now it's saying that she died 15 minutes after, and then the guy who came a day late said I held her and was sitting there until the nurses came when they were like, how, when she already was dead. So it's very sad, and I personally hope the family, I hope whoever did it, whether it's all of them, one of them is charged. Yeah,
all of them did
they need to be charged, and like they say, Mexico is worse than being here, so that will be the best thing for them to be back there. But it's sad, and you know what I thought about when her friend from kindergarten was telling the story. You know what hit me? I said, dang, she really on a trip outside of this close friend who's planning her funeral. You know what I mean? But that's that we all got separate. Well, I don't. Everybody has a couple group of different friends, right? You got some that you grew up with. You got some that you met work or just traveling anywhere. You know what I mean? And you form your own bond. Also, too, another detail to this story, the guy who was going over there every day that was her best friend, he's been on family trips with them. So could you imagine somebody in your face, somebody who been on trips with you, that's 9 years, and you sat there and was part of her killing. So
that's terrible. And people gotta, my mom used to tell me this when I was little, that everybody around you ain't your friend.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand that. And in an instance like this, like what you telling me now is the most details I know about the whole thing. And this shit make me sad. It make me super sad. And what really bothers me is that everybody went there knowing that they didn't like her.
Everybody went knowing
they knew that they couldn't stand her. They knew that they had a deep-seated hatred for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was about to say I don't know what she did, but I don't want to blame a victim because she didn't do nothing to deserve what she got and what she's continuously getting.
Right.
It's crazy because I got nieces, and more importantly, I got a daughter.
Yeah.
And so you want to instruct people to be aware of their surroundings
and be aware of that. You know when people. You know when people like you genuinely,
sometimes
and
you don't.
You right. Sometimes you don't, and you got people who
would have an inkling.
Yeah,
I believe, but
you know what I always thought too with traveling. That's the highest trendy thing, and I'm going to say black women because let's face it. And I just was about to say, I've said for years that I've never been so anxious to go on a trip that I'll just be going to say, "Oh, I'm going on a trip. You want to go?" No, I can. It's safe to say that trips I've been on been with family or friends I've been friends with since I was 16. I don't have that. I don't know. And this definitely make me pause.
Right.
All of a sudden, hey, you want to go on a trip with me? I'm like, wait a minute, we ain't even been to Starbucks.
This is the fuck nigga free generation. You ain't gotta worry about it. Them old bitches ain't fighting nothing. But
right.
They got high blood pressure and baby daddies. But what bothered me too though, man, cause I can imagine, like, cause sometimes people be so aloof and so carefree.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always talk to Destiny about her lack of awareness. This could have been Destiny. She got a thing where she think everybody her friend.
Yeah.
And that's like, man, people be jealous of people just cause they cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she could have been a person who people gravitate to, like they said everybody love her. You can't judge a book always by the cover.
Right.
But man, it's just something about the way she looked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She look like she just happy to be there.
Yeah.
She look like she happy to be there with them. And I think that they took advantage of the situation.
I think they did. And
she probably paid a lot of the motherfucking trips.
She probably did. And what's crazy is videos from her perspective, right? Because I mean,
go ahead.
It's videos that they found from when she uploaded before her passing, right? She's looking for them.
And it's like they playing her. They're kind of ignorant as shit.
Because it was quiet, and then it seemed like they did change the subject. It's weird and it's creepy. And guess what? One thing somebody did say, and I'll be done with it. Where's her phone at? That ain't surfaced yet.
And
that's gonna have the.
Have they said that it didn't surface?
Yep.
You said it's gonna have what?
I feel like that's gonna have a lot. I don't know. It may have a lot of answers, but then again, if he was recording, it's other people recording.
First off, the niggas need to be held to the eye.
They do.
Whatever they did more than anybody.
They did.
In my opinion. I hope Mexico throw the book at them. And the reason why I think that Mexico is adamant about getting them back down there, people say that they think that she was alive several hours before the authorities got there.
Okay.
What was Cabo is a resort town. It's a tourist attraction. So now their reputation is on the line.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make an example out of these monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so, man. Whatever. I hope there's no amount of justice that her mother, her friends, and her family, her father, if he's around.
Yeah.
The people who care about her, they won't be able to get any kind of closure out of something like this. It's super sad. It's very bothersome.